Hello, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today we're going to take a look at Mean Girls Tarot Deck and Guidebook by Inside Editions. This is a new release from Inside Editions. Shout out to Inside Editions for sending this one over to me for purposes of review and so that I could share it with you. Very excited. I thought this was so cute when I saw that it was coming out. Now, I haven't seen Mean Girls in quite some time. I think the first time I saw it, I was in my 20s maybe, and it has been a while since I saw it last, but the artwork was cute. I love a pop culture deck. Inside Editions decks do bring me joy. Look at the inside of this box. Look at the inside of this box. So, and then the Mean Girls, the book looks like the Burn book. It's just cute, it's just cute. So I wanted to check it out and I thought I would share it here with you today. So the back of the box says, illustrated by artist Felipe Flores, this stunning and sassy tarot deck features fetch new illustrations of the iconic plastics. Students and faculty at North Shore High School, including Katie Heron, Regina George, Janice Aaron Samuels, Ms. Norberry, Principal Duval, and more, offering an easily accessible entry point for anyone new to tarot, as well as a rewarding experience for longtime practitioners. This deck and guidebook set is a must-have for any Mean Girls fan. The limit of fun does not exist for this deck, so get in, loser. We're going tarot reading. Get in, loser. We're going shopping. Okay, so let's take a look at the book first and then we'll get into the cards just so you can see the back. So for the guidebook, you have typical Inside Editions guidebook. It's got a soft cover, but it's thicker. The cards, the pages are a smooth matte. Here's the table of contents. Look at this. It's so cute. I think they've done a really good job of depicting. This is from the first movie. The images in this one remind me of the first movie. And I think they've done a really good job of mixing tarot and the movie so that you're not confused about what card you're looking at, but you also kind of can see the scenes from the story. So, I mean, from the movie. So that was cool. So it says, whether you're a freshman in the art of reading tarot or a senior about to graduate, tarot offers the wisdom to navigate your journey through life and high school. As a tool of divination, the deck gives us a way to reflect on ourselves, our minds, and our hearts. Just as your school guidance counselor might advise, be honest with yourself when you work with these cards. The Mean Girls Tarot deck is jam-packed with hilarious scenes, iconic quotes, and your favorite characters, all carefully selected and beautifully illustrated to reimagine the archetypal meanings behind the traditional tarot deck. The guidebook offers fetch. We are going to make fetch happen insights into both the upright and reversed interpretations of each card. And last in class, but not least, the final chapter contains a handful of handy spreads to start you on your tarot journey, whether or not it's Wednesday. Put on something pink and get ready to go shopping or rather reading. Very cute. Very cute. The Fool is the hero of the story, Katie Heron, as we witnessed her transformation from homeschool jungle freak to shiny plastic to most hated person in the world to actual human being. The rest of the 56 cards are the minor arcana. The traditional suits are usually made up of wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. They've changed them to flames for wands. Cups are still cups. Daggers are swords and plastics are pentacles. When you get to the majors, you have a full card size image and then the information upright and reversed divination. So this kind of gives like a little bit of a story of the character. It doesn't necessarily show you exactly what's going on the picture, but it just kind of gives you a feel for why we're seeing the picture depicted as it's depicted. And then you have some upright divination advice and reverse divination advice. For the minors, you have upright and reversed advice. With if there's story in it, it's kind of mixed in there. There's no separate section for the story. And there, if you want to take a screenshot of what what are they called? The court cards look like. Oh my goodness, my mind. So in the back, there's some about how to care for your deck, how to read your deck, and then you've got some spreads, the evolved plastics, the chalkboard check-in. So here we have about the artist and about the author. Lindsay Silverman, if you recognize the name, is the creator of the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot and also the Portent Tarot, which I didn't even know, I don't know that deck, but I do know the Intuitive Night Goddess. And I think a lot of people, other people will know that one as well. So yeah, let's get into the cards. So here are the backs up close. They are fully reversible, so you can read the cards reversed. And they do have a copyright here and here for Paramount Pictures. So they're on both sides. And then the cards have this beautiful pink border. Wonderful. It's perfect for the deck, right? It's perfect for the theme. And everything looks like it's inside of a photograph or like a Polaroid, is like it would be in that book, you know? So I thought it was cute. I think the graphic design on this is just adorable. And for any Mean Girls fan, I think you would really enjoy it. Looks like they cut out the numbers and put them on there. It's just really cute. So we have Katie as, I was going to call her Cody, but she's Katie. Katie as the main character, as our fool leaving Africa, going into high school for the first time. She had been homeschooled, if you don't know the story, and she joins high school for the first time when she's 16, I believe, and she's like completely new and fresh faced and excited, but she has no clue what she's getting herself into. This is Janice. I think she's a great choice for the magician because she is very crafty and she can, figure out everything. She can get anything you need. She can figure things out. And so I like that. She can use what's available to her um, to make things happen. So we have one of the plastics as the high priestess. I think this is the one. Is this the one who knows everything? No, she's dark haired. Which one is this one? Oh, Karen Smith. Yeah, she has the fifth sense. That's right. So she's shown here in the doing the weather report where she says in the movie that her boobs can tell when it's raining. So she ends up doing a weather report, and that's what they've depicted here. Her doing the weather report, her fifth sense, as she called it, which she was kind of a ditz. I don't want to be mean, but she was kind of a ditz. She didn't know too many things, but she called it a fifth sense when it should have been a sixth sense, right? This is the mom. This is Regina George's mother. She was just trying to live vicariously through her daughter. Here's the principal as the emperor. He's dressed as he was as he was dressed when he after he kind of at the school broke out into all hell broke loose, and he was like, "All right, I'm about to like y'all gonna sit down or I'm gonna hit y'all with this bat." Like he was really upset. He had gotten soaking wet because he set off the alarm and took his shirt off. So that's kind of, you don't actually see him sitting at the desk like this in the movie, I don't think. But that's why he's dressed like that. You kind of see him as the like enforcer here. So we have Janice back again as the Hierophant with her friend here, whose name I can't remember. Those two are like best friends, and then she's the new girl. That's Katie again. So you've got Katie and her best and Janice's best friend, who they become like a little trio, and listening to her talk about the traditions of the school, where everybody sits, where you're allowed to go, where you're not allowed to go. I think it's a perfect depiction for the Hierophant. The lovers. So this is Katie and the guy she was after, I think, right? Yeah, Aaron Samuels is his name, according to this book. I told you I haven't seen the movie in a while. At the dance at the end when they finally get together. I'm spoilers if you haven't seen this. Pause. Spoilers if you have not already seen the movie. I probably should have said that earlier. It's been out 20 years, guys, but you can check it out on Paramount and circle back or put this on mute because I'm going to spoil it for you if you don't want it spoiled. So here they are in her car, Regina George's car. She picks them up and takes them around. This is her picking them up from school and taking them shopping or wherever they're going. She's always driving them around. For strength, you have the math genius slash MC dropping the mic after they win the math championship. I don't know why they chose that for strength. Let's see what it says. So it says, "How do you like me now? You like that? Yeah, get some, get some." Yeah, he was very excited about winning that math championship. Strength comes to us in the form of Kevin, math enthusiast and badass MC. He's great at numbers and rapping, and he's even a quality guy with clear boundaries and direct communication. We respect a king who respects us. It's clear he's confident and has influence over what and who he wants. Yo, 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 all you sucker MCs ain't got nothing on me. This is a card of courage, bravery, and inner power. Just like Kevin, you're not intimidated to step up to a challenge without his compassionate heart and persuasive charm. How would he ever have been able to convince the guarded Janice to give him a chance? I forgot they did get together at the end, didn't they? Shaken, not stirred. I'm Kevin Napor. The G's silent when I sneak in your door. You don't want to mess with Kevin G. You may be doubting yourself, but now is the time to cultivate inner strength. Emotions run high when this card appears reversed. Inadequacies, weakness, and cowardice may rise to the surface. Are you ready to confront them and call forth the hero within? And then for the hermit, you have this is her friend. What is his name? Damien. So this is him when he stole her purse and was trying to get the guy to chase him. So he stole her purse. He's dressed up like that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would call him a hermit. He seemed to me, I don't remember the movie that well. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't know if I would have chosen him for the hermit. But I don't know who I would have chosen. Now that I think about it, who would I have chosen for the hermit? Let me know in the comments below what you think of Damien as the hermit. And if not, who you would have chosen. Wheel of Fortune. We have the plastics here, on the phone, doing that phone thing. Justice. This says Aaron Sam. Oh, this is their plan to destroy Regina George's life, and because she was mean, so they are getting revenge. The Hanged Man. Who is this? Let me see. So this is them tying up. So this says, Jason, why are you such a skis? You were supposed to call me last night. When the hangman card is pulled, patience will be required. Expect delays in your plans and be willing to let go to gain a new perspective. Don't we all wish Jason wasn't hanging around anymore? So this I don't think was actually in the movie, but I like the idea of it. I like the way they took his personality, his character arc, and, created something for us for the tarot rather than trying to force something that didn't work from the movie. You know what I mean? So I think that works. Death. I'm guessing this is when Regina got run over by the bus. We don't see her. Thank goodness. I don't want to see her, but we know what happened. If you saw the movie, you know what happened in that moment. Temperance. This is the football player that Regina dates after the other guy. The devil, yeah, this whole situation, this whole character, everything about him was it definitely. I'm glad they made him the devil because I wouldn't have wanted to see him on any other card, to be honest. The tower, yes, this is when she blew everything up, and I love this for the tower. I love it. She did. This is the moment where she blew it all up. The star. Oh yeah. Oh, so they made the teacher the star. And this is I think this is the first day when she backs into her and she spills everything all over her shirt. I don't think, I feel like she wasn't wearing, I think this is when she was at the mall when she was wearing that shirt. Because this is when she worked at the bar, but they mixed it in here to just kind of, I think, make it funny. But I get it for the star. She's pretty cool. I like her for the star. So here we have Gretchen. She's one of the plastics, and she will tell all your business. So I think she's perfect for the moon, revealing some hidden truths. The sun. I don't know. I guess this is it just says he was so cute. Whether it's October 3rd or 2 weeks later when it's already raining, the sun always shines brightly when Aaron Samuels is around. So that's cute for the sun. It's not a scene from the movie, but it works. They made it work. That's the thing I like about this deck. Here's Judgment for the Burn book. Is that they don't try to force scenes that don't work into the cards just to say they had a scene. They actually, take the characters or take the situations or the character arcs, the personalities, and make a card if they can't find a scene. What I appreciate. I love how they work through the story for this, and you get, all of her iterations as you go through the major arcana. And this is the last scene where she's sitting. She's actually normal human being by then. She's learned her lessons. She's gotten into herself. She's kind of found herself in this high school world, found her friends. There are her friends there in the background. Everybody's happy. Everybody's joyful. So yeah, I like this world card a lot. So we're going into the suit of flames, and it says the suit of flames is a suit of fire, much like the Words in the Burn book. It's about inspiration, passion, and energy. And here you find ideas, creativity, and ambition flowing. So here, I mean, we never actually meet this character, so I think it's perfect we don't see his face. But this is Gretchen's dad, the creator of toaster strudels. He's the inventor of toaster strudels. You hear about him quite a bit, but you never meet him. So I think it was perfect that they pulled him in here and we know exactly who he is, but we don't see his face because he wasn't actually in the movie. It was This is so clever, this card. The Queen of Flames, I don't really understand. So let's look at this one. This is the secretary, and I'm not really sure why she's the queen. So let's look and see what it says. The girls have gone wild. Joan, the secretary, is our queen of flames. She is confident, passionate, fiery, and ever so social. She is a queen when it comes to being courageous, and she navigates the halls of the school and attempts to quell the chaos in whatever way she can. As you channel Joan, how can you cultivate more independence and determination to bring an end to the madness? I guess so. I don't remember her very much, so I can't really speak for that. But I mean, if that is the truth for her character, I think that works. Dawn Schweisser, the Knight of Flames, is known for her energy, passion, and inspiration, whether it be a softball, lacrosse, or anywhere in your life. Okay, so this is the softball girl. I remember her. Page of Flames is the little girl, Regina's little sister, who's always like dancing in front of the TV, trying. She's like a little mini Regina in training. She's very cute. I think very perfect for the Page of Flames. So here we have the Ace of Flames. This is that first time where she actually has a friend to sit with and chat with. They bring her into their little crew, and they kind of, just introduce her. This is Katie's first time in the school feeling like she has a friend. So I think that's perfect for the Ace of Flames. The Two of Flames, this is Katie and her parents as she's on her way off to school for the first time. So that's cool. They're taking a little picture, like, like you would do with a 5-year-old, but because this is her first day. This is the Three of Flames. This is her getting to the school and seeing the madness and being like, what the hell is going on up in here? All fighting over, I guess, the trying to be the queen of the sock hop. I don't remember what the name of the dance was. The spring fling, I think. Trying to be the queen of the spring fling. This is them at the lacrosse. I think Regina, after she wasn't a mean girl anymore, decided to, channel her meanness into playing sports, and I guess that's them there. Um, the This scene was funny. Okay, so they were trying to sabotage her. So this is a funny scene where they try to sabotage her by cutting out her shirt, and everybody starts to do it. You can see them in the background. So instead of it sabotaging her and making her look stupid, it actually looks like some ink got on here. It actually becomes like a trend. So yeah, perfect for the Six of Wands. You have the religious cult homeschoolers as the Seven of Wands. I'm not sure who this is. Let me see. Decked out in army pants and flip flops, Bethany Bird, much like the Seven of Wands or Seven of Flames, is unstoppable. When this card arrives, you are on, and we mean on in your flow. Nothing can hold you back. So don't listen to the haters and rumors. I don't remember her. Is that the girl who was like, oh, she wore camo pants, so I wore camo pants. I don't, I don't get this. The Nine of Wands. So this is Regina after she has overcome, being hit by a bus, being a mean girl. She's kind of coming out on the other side here, and this is Katie. So the two of them together coming in as the 9 and 10 of Wands. She's coming to apologize. She's been hit by by a bus. So that's perfect. Now we're on to the cups. I love the way this book is color coded. It's very cute with the different colors here. So it says the Suit of Cups is the suit of water. It represents emotions, intuition, and relationships. You may discover more about love, your family, and your friends, as well as your inner world in this suit. So we have Chip Heron, who is her father. and that's her mom for the Queen of Cups. They're very sweet. She's holding her fertility vase, um, which is perfect for the Queen of Cups. And we've got some gazelle in the background. What do we have here? Zebras. So we have zebra here and a gazelle here. Cute. It looks like for mine, there's some transfer of ink. I'm getting little spots of ink. I don't know if yours might do that. So just be aware if that's going to bug you. Sometimes that does happen with these decks. So this one says her relationship with Coach Carr is super gross. Absolutely, it is gross, like illegal. But deep down, she's just a young woman looking to find her true match. Page of Cups. This is Amber D'Alessio, is a courageous spirit. Remember when she got made out with the hot dog? Oh yeah, there's her hot dog. I remember. They pulled that out of nowhere. Ace of Cups. This is when she first goes to the mall for the first time and she sees the fountain there. Visiting, it reminds her of the animal world. And Two of Cups. This is when she's the initial when she first that first day of school where the girl sits next boyfriend sits down next to her and she like snogs him. This is the Three of Cups where they're at the party making up. She's This is a scene where she's like bored with herself but she can't stop. Like this is the moment when she's like, because she realizes that she's becoming like the plastics but she can't stop herself and she's like, I'm bored with myself. I hear other people getting bored with me but I can't stop. So that's the Four of Cups. I think that's a really good scene for the Four of Cups. Five of Cups, this is her after it all comes apart and she's back in the bathroom eating her lunch again, crying. Six of Cups, this is when she remembers her first crush back in Africa. The Seven of Cups. What is this? Oh, is this when they were? What is this? I don't remember this. It says, I just wish we could all get along oh yes, like we used to in middle school. I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles, and we'd all eat it and be happy. Where they're trying to do the apologies and the trust falls, and this girl comes. She's not even going. She doesn't even go to the school, but she just has all these wishes for them and to be happy. She has a lot of feelings, so she comes and joins them. I think this is Regina. Is this Regina calling? This is them at the mall when Regina calls this guy here. He was dating her friend, and then they catch him there with some other girl. So she calls the girl's mom and pretends to be Planned Parenthood and gets her in trouble. This is them at the the Nine of Cups. This is so cute. This is them when they were doing their little talent show or whatever. Ten of Cups. I think this is the mom and dad. Very cute. In Africa. Maybe is that where they met? I wonder. Or maybe they met in school. I'm not sure, but they definitely built a great life in Africa before they came back. They had a great kid. She was a great kid before she was exposed to the madness of high school in the US. So then we get on to the dagger. This is the guy who moderates the math competition as the King of Swords. So that makes sense. The Queen of Swords is the girl who Katie goes up against in the final round of the math competition as the Queen of Swords. She gets the answer wrong, so I'm really not sure how she ended up the queen, but but I guess maybe she was the smartest one on the team. That's why they picked her for the final round. I don't know. Knight of Daggers. Who is this? Maybe another math competition person. I'm not sure. I don't want to stop and read the guidebook for everything. This is the spelling bee chick. It was another one of those flashbacks or it was they did a montage of what people think about what people think about kids that are homeschooled. The cult kids were one of them. This spelling bee girl was one of them in that montage. This is her winning, I think, the math competition. This is Katie winning the math competition. This is Katie when she went to the Halloween party. She had to decide what to dress up as, and I guess she made the wrong decision because she came scary, and everybody was like, "Why are you dressed like that?" In this picture, Regina and Gretchen are crying. This one is looking kind of ditzy like she usually is, and this would be Katie and Aaron. Is that his name? in the heart here. So is that Regina and Gretchen upset, and then they're gonna like sabotage Katie and Aaron? I don't know what's happening there, but it's a cute image anyway. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is one of those three-way calls or if this is when Regina called that girl's mom. Maybe she looks like a mom. Let me see. Uh, it says the Four of Daggers card arrives just like that sneaky phone call from Regina to Taylor Weedle's mom. Yeah. So when this card is pulled, you may be confronted by surprising and potentially unfortunate news. You may even need time to recuperate from this fainting spell. This is a moment to rest and collect yourself before you react and ground your daughter, because she called her and told her she was Planned Parenthood with her results. And she was like, what the hell? So this is the Five of Swords. Such a good scene for the Five of Swords because she's trying to win this guy, but at the expense of bad mouthing and just being nasty in general. And then she ends up getting drunk and vomiting on the guy, and it's just like it just doesn't work out for her. It's basically like, you did everything wrong, and you, in the end, was it even worth it? The Six of Swords. I think this is when she confesses and she has to go to the principal's office. She has to leave because she confesses that she wrote the bad things about that teacher. She wrote in the book, if you haven't seen this, that the teacher was a drug dealer, and so they had brought the cops. There's the cop, and the principal was there, and everybody, and she had to confess that she did it. She didn't want to do it, but she had to confess because otherwise the teacher would have been in trouble or been investigated for something she never did. She just said that because she was mad at her. The Seven of Swords. um, we saw him earlier. Well, where was he? He's dressed differently here. I don't. Did he do more sneaking than I thought he did? I don't remember all of this, but this is when he steals her purse. I thought this was when he stole her purse, but this is when he steals her purse because they want to get him to chase him, so he can catch Regina cheating on him, and they end up catching the devil in the room instead with the young girl. So this is the Eight of Swords. Oh, when Regina is this is like her worst nightmare. She's stuck because she's being kicked away. She's being kicked out. She's been tricked and outcast from her friends. And she feels a little left out. Nobody liked her anyway, to be honest. So this is the Nine of Swords where they get to fight in. I forget what about. Oh yeah, in over the book and all things they said about each other in the book. The Ten of Swords. This is when they were supposed to be friends, and they find out she threw a party, didn't invite them. She was supposed to go to her art show. She didn't go. Instead, she had this party trying to. It was a mess. Yeah, that's a good Ten of Swords scene. Let me see what else we got. Kings. Now we're on to the plastics. Okay, the suit of plastics is the suit of earth. It is associated with career, work, finances, home, and ego. You may make discoveries regarding learning, dedication, planning, and execution, as well as appreciation. It says this is Regina's dad. I don't remember Regina's dad, so I don't know who that is. This is the Queen of Pentacles or Plastics. This is the girl she compliments at the end and says, "You should win because you look beautiful tonight." Um, the Queen of Plastics, another girl who she says looks beautiful and should win. These are all girls in the school who want to be popular, but they, wouldn't be popular. She compliments her on her skirt, even if she hates it. Um, they make fun of them, and in the end, she ends up like giving them part of her crown. I'm guessing they chose these three girls as the Pentacles court because they were more grounded than the other girls in the in the um in the movie. And then also, this father, I'm guessing would have been, I don't remember him, but I'm guessing he would have been more grounded than the mom and the daughter. So I'm guessing that's why they chose them as the court. So the Ace of Plastics, of course, are the plastics, but with Katie as the head of after she won they made this up. This never actually happened, but It's cute for the Ace of Plastics. Two of Plastics. Yeah, she's got two sides that she has to play, right? She's playing their friends as well as their friends, and she has two personalities, and she's trying to decide who she's going to become because she's really reinventing herself, right? She's moved countries and trying to figure it out, you know. The Three of Plastics. This is Janice painting the painting of all three of them. They actually ended up winning. She actually ended up winning a prize for this picture. The Four of Plastics. This is the Four of Pentacles when they come with the candy grams and people are like, everybody wants one, they don't get one. It's a mess. And this is the Five of Pentacles. She ends up having to sit when she's cast out and nobody wants to sit beside her, so she ends up having to sit beside the guy who farts a lot, or behind the guy who farts all the time. It's perfect for that for that card. The Six of Pentacles. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I wonder what it says in here about this because it's like, is this really a give and take? I don't know. Let me see. It says, hey, check it out. Junior plastic. Oh, these are the junior plastics. This is a card of generosity, charity, community, support, sharing, and gratitude. As Cody and the rest of her classmates gaze upon the next generation to walk the halls of North Shore High School, they know they've been in their shoes and are wiser for the experience. Share the wealth of your wisdom with those around you, right? Because she sees them at the end and she's like, okay, you know, we've got peace now. We're not doing this. You know, we're gonna teach them the better way. So this is Seven of Pentacles, the math champions. The Eight of Pentacles, when they're working on themselves here, learning from the teacher, trying to learn how to be better women. And here Regina stands up and she's like, do I need to be here? And they're like, she goes, raise your hand if you've ever felt wronged by her. And like everybody raises their hands. This is the Nine of Pentacles. This is the mom bringing drinks and trying to be a part of trying to be a part of the she says they keep her young, you know. And the Ten of Pentacles at the end where she distributes the crown to everyone, sharing it with everyone, sharing the love. And here are the backs again. Let's shuffle and read one. Okay, so the deck has white edges. It's fairly thick. It's a buttery matte cardstock and quite bendy, but there's a lot of cards in there. You know, if you have long fingers, you should be able to riffle shuffle these. If for people who have shorter hands, you're probably gonna have to figure out a different way. They are normal tarot size. That's them up against a regular tarot card, and here it is up against an oracle card. To shuffle, I can riffle shuffle them, but it's, you know, they're a little bit stiff. They're also quite new. So if you have the Beetlejuice Tarot or the any of the latest ones, it's the same cardstock as you're used to from Inside Editions. It's definitely different from their original, from like Nightmare Before Christmas and Hocus Pocus. It's a little bit thicker. It's more of a satin matte than a butter matte. I said it was buttery, but it's more satiny. And because of that satin, there's a little bit of a friction here, which means that pushing them together does stick just a little bit. But these are very new, so they'll loosen. I'm sure they'll loosen up. And let's just pick one. Okay, there we go. We have the Fool. So we're gonna read for the Fool. So there you go. You want to read it for yourself? I love her. She's like a Martian. This phrase, delivered by equally flawless Regina George, perfectly describes Cody Heron as the Fool. When this card is drawn, it's like the beginning of a journey or a new world or whatever. This is where you go from homeschool jungle freak to shiny plastic, to most hated person in the world, to actual human being. Since you've yet to experience all the ups and downs that await you at North Shore High School, or like life, I guess, you have the open mind and open heart of the Fool, upright. Like with Cody, it's time for a new adventure. An unknown world awaits, so leap without fear. It's all going to be gruel. I meant to say cool, then I started to say great, but things might just end up being both. Reversed, you may be like doubting your next steps because you feel inexperienced in the ways of high school. Lack of experience and uncertainty can result in poor judgment and decisions. Look both ways before you cross the street. You never know when that yellow school bus is coming by. That bus was lethal, man. It almost hit her on her way to school. It totally hit Regina. So, like most Inside Editions decks, I think that this is cute. I think this is fun, and I think this is going to be really great for any fan of Mean Girls. I am not necessarily a fan, but I've seen the movie. I think it's a cute movie, and I think that this deck is just equally as adorable. I love the writing in the guidebook. I think that the writer did a great job of capturing the this feel of the movie, the jokes. There are some quotes in there from the movie that I think are going to charm a lot of people who are fans of the deck. And this is like a really well done fan deck. Like I said before, I do think it's going to read fine for people because they did a good job of bringing the scenes to the tarot rather than trying to just put scenes from the movie on the cards, which can become a little bit confusing for people, especially if you haven't seen the movie or don't know much about the movie. The guidebook does a great job of letting you know, like whenever I was confused and I looked in the guidebook, it explained exactly what I needed to know. So I appreciated that because I haven't seen the movie in a while. So I did need to brush up a little bit, but I think it's cute. I love the pink borders. I love the graphic design on the box and everything. This is a slam dunk for the Mean Girls deck, in my opinion. You'll have to let me know, for those Uber fans out there, what you think of the choices. I think some of them were really clever, and some of them, I would have done differently. But I mean, 78 cards. I'm not gonna agree with everything, and I didn't make the deck, so I take what I get. So that's me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle. I do have a couple more from Inside Editions as well as other publishers that I'll be reviewing over this month. So definitely subscribe and stay tuned. If you want to pick one of these up for yourself, there'll be links in the description box where you can do that. And yeah, until I see you next time, stay safe and stay fetch. I don't know. Are we making fetch happen? Bye, guys.